Honey, there is something wrong with me.
What is it, Faye?
I'm at the South Coast Plaza and I don't want anything.
Faye, maybe you're hungry. Go get something to eat. Click.
Hungry? Hungry for what? Food? Or attention? Something else? I felt so empty of myself. It was one of those days when I was so off balance, and I felt that shopping would be the only thing that could fulfill that emptiness within me. I would go from store to store to store, and that day nothing worked. I didn't want anything. All my life, that's how I would deal with this emotional emptiness within me. I would shop. I would shop for hours and hours and hours, and I believed that if I would buy stuff that I liked, then I would be happy. And I was for a short little while. And then, of course, it would come back. I know that you know what I'm talking about. People deal with this stuff all the time, except some of us drink alcohol, others overeat, have ice cream, cookies, chocolate. Others do drugs. We'll find our coping mechanisms, how to deal with these feelings inside of ourselves. But the day comes when you realize that the way you're dealing with these issues doesn't work anymore. And it's a dark day because you don't have the skills and tools to deal with this. No one had taught us. This is how we've learned. This is how our parents were doing it. This is how we hear the TV and radio and advertisements. That's what they're kind of teaching us, that when you do this, you're going to feel happier. And it's true, it works for a short little while. That day, everything changed for me because it wasn't working anymore. And as a result, I went on a journey. And this is how everything, so many years later, I became a high-performance coach and a speaker, and I've done so many seminars and workshops in personal development and read the books and got a master's degree in spiritual psychology. And all of that was a result that I hit the bottom that day at the South Coast Plaza. Why am I sharing this with you today? Because today I was at the South Coast Plaza again. And as I was walking through the stores, I had that sinking feeling inside of me, and I was like, what the heck? But it was different because today I was excited to be there at first, and I see all these things, all these colorful, nice things, like this gorgeous pair of shoes. And I grabbed this pair and I'm like, this is the one. And I turn it over and it is a tag and it says $750. You know, $750 for a pair of shoes. Wow, that's a little expensive. When I see this dress and I try to reach for that dress and I grab the dress and I turn the tag over and it's $1,500. That's not the dress that I can buy right now. And that sinking feeling inside of me says, I want this stuff, but I can't have it. When am I ever going to be able to have it? Certainly not today. And I kind of started feeling as I started going into the sadness again. But something clicked. And what clicked was that I remembered that day several years ago when I had that conversation with my husband. That day when I was at the South Coast Plaza and I didn't want anything. And all of a sudden I felt happy because I realized those shoes and that dress will definitely not make me happy. But I realized that I want something. I want something. That sinking feeling today was not the result of not wanting anything and not knowing what it is that I want. That sinking feeling inside of me was because I wanted something. And I started feeling excited and happy because I realized that happiness is not attainment of something that we want. That's just a temporary little fix. Happiness is actually having a dream, having a goal, having something wanting to achieve, something going towards to, not arriving, going to, having a purpose. That's what's giving our life meaning. And I was so grateful for that realization. And I was so grateful for these experiences. And I'm so grateful to come home, to rush home so that I could share that with you, because I know that many of you may be going through that, or maybe even have had the same realizations. And it's always so cool to have that confirmation, because the truth is, it's awesome to have that drive, to have that desire, to know that I am alive and I want something, that there is something to go towards to. No, it's not a pair of shoes and it's not a dress. Maybe it's something else. But having that feeling of wanting something means you're here and you're alive. This is Coach Faye, and thank you so much for listening to me. Comment below and click like, share with your friends, share with anyone who needs to hear this message today, because I know there is someone out there who is feeling a little depressed, and maybe that's exactly what they need to hear right now. Send it to them. Come and visit me on my website, coachfaye.com, and check out my book, Choreography of Awakening. And in the chapter 6 in my book, we actually talk about what do you want. Bye.